Greetings, Namaste, and Heaven High. Welcome. I am glad I am here. I am glad I am able to be of service. Everything goes through the cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction in the prime material plane or earth plane of existence. A soul that embodies here experiences creation, preservation, and destruction of its lower outer body forms. For instance, the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body all grow. Soul evolution is the soul gaining data and experiences and growing. So that way it takes a momentum with itself for better understanding as it traverses the multiverse on its soul evolutionary journey. Some souls devolute because of choices, so they learn in hindsight what not to do and how not to be. Other souls that have learned in hindsight decide to move forward on their evolutionary path and embody in better situations, and then eventually start transcending and ascending past the dualistic planes. As souls are here, they create karma. What needs to be done is to burn off and transmute more karma of a misqualified nature than one has created. At that point, they start tipping the scales into a more divine direction, thus transcending and ascending takes place. With that, one understands love, the substance of love, and love's many facets more and more, and the soul structure starts taking on a multifaceted shape. Soul evolution is the soul learning what not to do, how not to be, so it can better learn what to do and what to be, and retrieve the data during its many embodiments. Love is a substance. Most people look at love as an emotion. The emotional part of love is a very small facet of what love, divine love, truly is. Love is an energy and a substance. It makes up the quarks and bosons, which makes up the electrons, protons, neutrons, which make up atoms, which make up molecules, which make up any and all substances. The air is gaseous love. Our blood is liquid love. The staff I have is solidified love. The more one views love as a substance and an energy, the more one knows who and what they truly are, for we are composed of this divine love energy. When a person knows they are composed of love and affirms they are composed of love, they know that their essence is love, and that's what they are made up of in the divine's image. When a person says the essence of my being is love, and then says I am love, their actions start correlating more and more with the divine love that they truly are. When my brother Isa was on the cross and said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," he could have just as easily have said, "Forgive them, for they know not who they are." When a person knows they are love, then their actions correlate more and more with divine love and love's many facets. The choices one makes is what determines what kind of person they are choosing to be. When one's thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment with divine love and love's many facets, then spiritual, mental, emotional growth and well-being occurs, and one is becoming a better person. If one chooses to do things of a destructive nature and comes from a place of fear, then they are basically on a devolutionary path, and they are devolving from whom and what they truly are into a lower mammalian or reptilian types of survival mode. When a person chooses to go, grow, and glow and be a better person and follows through with whatever it takes to do so, then they become a better person, which allows the true being that they are, the true extension of God that they are, to shine through more and more. The fiat of creation is what life is about. We, as divine spiritual beings, have chosen to embody onto this plane of existence to have a better understanding of it. A majority of the souls that have embodied here have gotten caught up in the cycles of birth, death, and rebirth because of created karmas. Thus, the purpose of life is to learn how to transcend and ascend vis-a-vis the four main yogas of life. When one starts to develop a true soul evolutionary momentum, one starts breaking the shackles and starts their soul evolutionary journey and is able to leave this plane of existence, leave the karma that was created, and transcend and ascend. Some souls receive enough training to embody again, to be of service to others. That is what the Bodhisattva vow is all about. In this day and age it took on that name. In other ages it had other names. I choose to call it training lifeguards. Souls that have transcended to come back, jump into the ocean of samsara, and rescue other souls. The purpose of life at that point is to be of service. When one focuses on being of service to self first, so they may be of better service to others, they don't get caught up and bogged down in the dramas and traumas of the other souls, because they have a strong spiritual momentum. I do not practice a religion. I practice a way of life. I practice a way of life that is conducive to divine love and divine love's many facets. All roads of love lead to the divine. All roads of fear lead away, in hopes that people, once they're led away by fear, will loop back around and once more face the divine and the divine indweller that dwells within all beings. What religion is God? Humans created religion. A way of life of spirituality is what is desperately needed on this plane of existence. There are millions of churches, temples, mosques, synagogues, and their like throughout this whole plane of existence, yet look at the shape of this world. If 33% of them were run properly and taught real soul evolution, this world would be transformed in one generation. I teach spirituality, I practice spirituality, for that is what I truly am, a divine extension of God, as all of us are. The four main yogas of life, which are translated from Sanskrit to the English, are devotion, bhakti, discernment, jnana, servitude, karma, raja, spiritual practices and discipline. One, at any given time, is practicing devotion, discernment, discipline, and servitude. To incorporate more of that into one's life is how one goes about obtaining real soul evolution. Always take the time and always make the time to focus on, internalize, and reflect the divine. That is one of my first aphorisms. By making and taking the time to do the starter course or spiritual practices, one develops spiritual momentum. Thus they start doing everything of, by, and for the divine, and releasing the outcome to the divine. That is how one incorporates more spirituality into their life. When one washes the dishes, one is washing the divine's dishes. When one is vacuuming the floor, one is vacuuming the divine's floor. When one is driving a car, one is driving the divine's car. We truly do not own anything. The divine is the true owner of all things. We have facilitated responsibility and stewardship to properly work with all the gifts of the divine that we have obtained in our life. When one lives this way, soul evolution is easier, for they are not attached, they are practicing stewardship. A mantra is seed planted of, by, and for the divine into the vessels onto this plane of existence, and then passed on through guru-chela relationships. When a mantra is properly seed planted, the chela is the soil and the farmer. And as one nurtures that seed vis-a-vis the mantra, the seed itself comes to divine fruition and grows. An affirmation is something that is created to aid one in understanding, so they may learn what to do, what not to do, how to be, how not to be, and affirm one's life in a more divine direction. Chanting is done either for kirtans, which are ancient holy songs that have been sung by millions and millions of people for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, or mantras can be chanted. They all three have a divine effect, with nuances, some more so than others. The soul, the spirit that one is always awake. It's the lower bodies that need to be more in divine alignment and have better mergence with the spirit that one is. That is done vis-a-vis the four main yogas of life, which build a spiritual momentum and mergence. The more the lower bodies are out of alignment with divine love and rely on survival modes that are based on fear, the less they are in mergence with the true being that one is. One becomes awakened when thoughts, words, and actions follow in divine love more and more and more. At that point, they are going, growing, and glowing, and divine mergence takes place, thus awakening takes place. We are all divine extensions of God. Enlightenment is awareness. It is the awareness of one's true divine self as a molecular flame in the heart and mind of the divine, and the awareness of how the human God form is connected to and interacts with the multiverse. This is what real training is about. one becomes awakened with spiritual momentum building and aligning oneself more and more with whom and what one truly is and divine love. One is able to aid people after one has truly aided themselves. Yes, a 4th or 5th grader can help out a kindergartner. A person in junior high can aid an elementary school person. A person in high school can aid somebody in junior high, and so on and so forth. But to truly aid somebody with real spirituality and awakening, one must first do their first works and awaken themselves to their divine potential, and at that point they are able to be of true service to others. Too many people have partial awakenings or emotional experiences. They run around thinking they are of service, and truly they are not. It takes a lot of momentum building to be able to sit at the table with anybody, not be affected, and truly have an effect on those who are open to receive. That is how one can truly aid others. Namaste. Thank you for listening, watching, and participating in these newer videos. Thanks to Shura Abhirupa Atma Ananda for her aid with this. Thank you to all my brothers and sisters of light and love, and to all my students who are on a true soul evolutionary journey to be part of a solution in this star system. Thank you very much. Lots of good fortune, and namaste.